guys, how you doing? Loser here, and today we're gonna start our first lesson of a beautiful flamenco piece. Now, if you came to this video first and you haven't heard the piece, then you can click on the annotation here, and you can also view the tabs for this lesson on my website by clicking the link here or finding it in the description. In this video, we'll be learning the first part, which has many beautiful melodies, falsettos. And you can use your own ways or techniques to plug the strings. If you're using a pick, no problem, you can use a pick. Or you can use a picado, left, right. You will see me here, in most of cases I'll be using a triple picado because that's the technique that I've managed to go a little bit faster. If you like to use it as well, I'll be doing another lesson on that one soon. And let's get started. Alright guys, let's get started. Now, I would suggest to you to utilize the fact that I have done the tabs and they're on my website. Just click on it, keep it open on another window, or if you've got a split screen, that's even better. And you can keep it open there while you're watching this video. And by the end of this lesson, you will have memorized it and having started playing it and have fun with it. Okay, now we start off with some chords, very simple chords. It's an E minor to D major. Then we will switch to a C, and then a last E weird minor chord. I'm just going to talk about it and say where to put the fingers for that as well, but you can read that on the tab. Now, on E minor, you just want to put your index on the second fret of the 5th string. That's counting from down, up, our middle bass. And then on the 2nd fret again, but on the 4th string, the one under it, your middle badass finger, right down there, and you've got your E minor. We want to strum this hard. We want to have a loud sound. So it's good to use all of the nails, the back of the nails, downwards with a large opening movement. And when we strum, we want to use also the pinky here, the skin actually, to softly touch the strings, all of them. Hope you can see this one. Very softly and without pressing down. This will kill or mute the note, so we have a more staccato sound. Yeah? We can have without the pinky, but then we have this sound. It's keep going, and we don't want that because we're going to start our melody. Now, our melody starts everything on the 1st string. It's quite fun to do. We play an open 1st string, then with our index we go down on the 2nd fret, and the middle badass finger goes down on the 3rd fret. Try to keep your index there throughout. It's going to make everything much easier. Lift the middle finger up and you're already on the 2nd fret because we left the index there. And we play. Now we have this first 4 notes. If we put them together, we should sound like this. Don't go fast. It still sounds beautiful when you play it slow. Yeah? Now here we want to do a little stretch. Make sure you keep your index there and go with your pinky on the 5th fret of the 1st string, always here. Then remove the pinky and put down back the middle finger again on the 3rd fret. Up on the 2nd fret and back down on the 3rd. So we should have... We'll finish right here on the 3rd. Now I want you to imagine that we're going to play an E minor, but we're not going to play it as a chord, we're going to play it as the finishing of the melody. Meaning, if I finish it with a note, and it finishes on this first open, I can finish it though with a chord. So, imagine that that chord is not the start of your next phrase, but the end of your previous one. I hope I made sense. Right after we strum that, we're going to do exactly the same falsetto with the difference on the last note. Again, you can see that on the tab. We go to an open one. As before, we were going... That by going to the open E, it just opens up the door, if you will say, to go to the next chord. So, from the top, nice and slow, here we go. Shape a D major chord. You want to put on the 3rd string your index on the 2nd fret, on the second string on the third fret, your ring finger, and then your middle badass finger on the first string on the second fret. Yeah, we're going to apply the same technique of staccato we did on the E minor. We're going to strum with the back of our nail, nice and hard, and plug to stop. Now if you get a sound that's the bass didn't stop because we didn't cover the whole strings, and we get something like that, and it's still sounding the bass, no problem, it's still beautiful, because the bass will not interfere with the sound of the melody. And try on the D major chord not to strum everything. The first two top basses, you really don't want to hit them, they will sound a little bit off. Yeah? Alright, so from here, finishing up. Now our little second falsetto starts on the second string while we're holding this D. I like to call it a triangle because the shape's a triangle. Helps me remember. I'm going to play here the second string while pressing on the third fret for the D chord, and lift your middle finger from the D chord as you press down. Why? Because your next note, again, if you check on your tabs, it's an open first string, so you want to be ready for it. Then put down that middle finger again on the second fret of the first string. Lift it up again and play open. One last time. Now our middle finger is up. We're still keeping these two fingers here because they will help us. We're soloing while we're holding a chord, and it's really going to help us to go faster to the next strum. So the pinky goes down now on the first string again, but on the third fret. And then lift the pinky, put the middle back down on your D chord on the second fret. So we'll have, then lift up, open the first string. And to finish it off, you want to play the second string again where you started on the third fret. Now let's do it nice and slow. Here we're going to strike again the D chord with a break. Again, imagine that it's the end of your melody, not the beginning. Here, I did exactly the same second falsetto. There's no actual differences on the last notes. But we will still change chord. We're going to go to the C major chord. Now, the C major, you want to put down your ring finger on the third fret of the fifth string, the middle bass, and your middle badass finger on the second fret of the fourth string, and your index down on the first fret of the second string. Again, the pinky is free, so that can help us to do the sound of staccato with the C major. So right there we finish our melody from there, from the D major. And we're here at our last falsetto for part A. Be patient, guys. Don't do the whole video all together. Just pause it right here. Go back. Feel free. Memorize the whole thing. When I first started learning this, when I started playing the guitar, and I bit off a bit more than I could chew. Because I knew it had to be faster, and I couldn't do the fingers, and actually I said it doesn't matter, it's such a beautiful piece, I can just play it slow, and that's what I did. I used only my thumb. Here I didn't do a lot of staccato because when you play slower you don't need to stop the note, it will just collide with the smooth way of playing it. Anyway, we're getting off course here, so let's go to our last falsetto. So we strum down the C chord and we do a staccato sound. And right here you want to keep your index where it is, just lift the other two fingers and plug that on the first fret where you are on the second string for your first note of your melody. Then put your ring finger down on the third fret on the second string. Then play the E string, that's the first string, open. Down with your index on the second fret. And then it's exactly like our first falsetto, the second version. Fifth fret on the first string, pinky, middle finger third, then index on the second, and open. So from the C major, then go back back to your C major the second time, and strum it again. And here comes this nice little twist of melodic sound. We're going to have the first three notes exactly the same as we just learned. But now our ring finger, which is left there on the third fret of the second string, will slide one fret down on the fourth. It will sound completely out of tune, but for some reason it fits beautifully. And now we're going to have a little pull off. Put down your index on the second fret of the first string and pluck. And as you pluck, bend the string backwards and release it. And right after you release it, pluck your second string where you left off. Hopefully we still have our ring finger on the fourth fret of the second string, and do a little jump-de-dump up on the first fret of the second string. So one last time, this last falsetto. It might be a little bit weird, but give it some time, you'll have it down in no time. And we're very close now, guys, a little bit more. We're going to put down our middle badass finger, once again on the fifth string on the second fret, but the ring finger now will go on the third string on the second fret, and pluck with your thumb that fifth string, with your index the third, and with your middle of your right hand the second, together. And we continue to a little last falsetto, which feels a little bassy. Right here with the two fingers, in order to save time, you want to put your index straight away down on the, fourth string on the first fret. Pluck that to start your melody, and then go with your pinky on the fourth fret. Just so it doesn't get confusing, let's play these last few things together from the slide after the C staccato hit. So that will be. What happens there, you want to think of as this little chord that we're plucking here with the three fingers as the beginning, the first note of your melody. Practice a few times getting this, because the hand is hard to go from picking to picado position. So practice only this movement. And then we're doing ragtime blues. Alright, so practice that one. And then put down your pinky on the fourth fret, as we said. And then the middle finger will go on the third string on the second fret. And then lift that up and play the third string open. One more time slow. Back with your pinky where it is on the fourth fret of the fourth string. Back up with your middle badass finger on the second fret, the same fourth string. And we finish up on the first fret. It might not sound exactly as you heard it on the video, or you're going to hear it now actually. So what happens there again, I'm doing the staccato technique but on individual notes. It makes it sound a little bit more jumpy. You can do it more mellow by, and the notes are lasting, or you can kill the note by softly lifting your finger where you press. So don't press and leave, press and release. That will give you a more staccato feel. You heard the last time, that was not a staccato in it. And lastly, a few easy trills on the bass. You can use your or your pickup, whatever you prefer, guys. And we're actually, again, big surprise, on the fifth string on the second fret. Pluck once, then put your middle finger down, keep the index where it is on the next fret, that's the third one. Now we're going to lift the middle finger, keep the index where it is on the second fret, and pluck that fifth bass, and we're going to do a hammer-on pull-off. That's where we'll put down the middle back again on the third fret and release it up. Lift it up to an open string. There, the staccato, when it's open, you'll have to use your other finger to to stop it. So we have or the left. And last notes on the 6th fret, 3rd and 2nd. Well, that's it guys. I hope I broke it down well enough for you. Some of you might tell me maybe it's too much, but I always know that some of you really appreciate the complete broken down version. And you've done it, you finished your first part. I'm very excited to do this. And I want to thank one more time all of you for your lovely comments on the previous video. I couldn't wait to do this lesson. I was very excited. It's actually 4 in the morning now here. But doesn't matter. I wanted to do it. I'm busy with the dance school at the same time. But I know it gives you guys pleasure and it gives me 10 times back more. Now, if you start learning this and you would like to share it, just come over to our Facebook group or come to my Facebook page. You can post there and ask anything you like, and I'm trying to help as many of you as I can. Thank you for watching. Make sure you comment and rate, share the video if you like it, and God bless. See you on the next video, guys.